guys, welcome back to a community for all of us where me and my beautiful wife co-host will be talking about this new game. To us, it's new and it's relatively new all the way around. We're also waiting on our good co-hosts whenever they're able to come. I forgot it was Tuesday. We've been having so much that's going on. I had some really bad health issues today. So I'll go ahead and give y'all a little bit of an update. You think that'd be all right, sweetheart, while we're waiting on them to get here?
I think that'd be
So
perfect.
so a lot of people have been inquiring about my health, and so um I do have a heart issue, and it does act up like it's not supposed to. I get a extremely rapid heartbeat that will plummet into the teens, and then I will black out, pass out. Well, now we have found out that I can't bend over and stand back up, and apparently I have some fluid around one of my chambers of my heart. And so, by the good Lord, my blood pressure started going sky high, and no one could do anything for it but my beautiful wife, the herbalist doctor that she is.
I'm not a doctor. We do not claim to
n-
be a doctor. I just do
We do
research.
not. She plays one at the house. That's it. Only at home. And I'm her guinea pig.
Don't talk about our role play.
I know that, right? But we sat there and she's like, "Do you mind if I just throw the whole kitchen sink at you?" I was like, as long as you don't leave a knot, I'll be fine." So she started trying different remedies and different things, and one of the thing, um I'm now about 100% off of soft drinks. We're pretty much focusing on soft drinks that are from a company called Poppy, and we did have one today called Bloom.
Yeah,
And
Bloom Pop. Bloom
Blue
Pop.
Pop,
We got it at
and
the Food Lion.
we did, and it's a alternative soda, all natural, everything, and it will help you kick your soda habit. It will absolutely kick it. And in doing so, I have lost 16 pounds. I'm not obese in the first place, but um,
He's
I've
gained
always
weight since he's been having to sit on the couch because of his heart condition. So
yes,
little by
and
little, we've been trying to change what we eat, add more movement to what we're doing, and um, add things into our lives that is better for us health wise.
health wise,
Hmm.
and my my health was so we were trying everything, and a lot of people are like, "Well, just take medicine." I love my mom, but my mom's like, "Just tell the doctor to give you a pill." And I'm like, "It don't work like that, mom. It don't work like that at all."
Well,
So
because they did give him a pill and he developed a severe allergic reaction to it. That was
yes,
beta blockers. Then they gave him calcium alpha blockers, another severe allergic reaction. Then they gave him calcium channel blockers, allergic reaction. So he is obviously over the past 26 years, I have determined he is very sensitive to any outside like thing. Like even clothes wise, I have to wash his clothes on the free and clear. Like if
I
it's
can't
washed,
wear and I can't wear anything that's made out of polyester.
and that's new. That's a new little
Yeah,
sensitivity allergy
I can't
thing
have
that
anything that has copper.
for, and
So
that's brand new.
there's been a lot of things, but overall, Nikki's been doing stuff. I'm back. I'm a little concerned. We're getting closer to the summertime. If we're getting closer to the summertime, then that means that my heart will act up more. So, but by the grace of God, go I. But that's enough about me. We wasted your time. Hopefully, they will be in shortly. I thought they would be here in a minute, but yeah, today we're going to talk about Arc Raiders. And what you're probably asking, what is Arc Raiders? I don't know. What is it? Arc Raiders is a video game that my friend Wolf sat there and said, "Hey, guys, yeah, we played Fortnite together." And he was like, I like it, but it just has scratched that itch. He's very much a a PUBG guy. And so uh PUBG was a little slow for me, but I enjoyed it. So he was talking about this new game coming out, and he was talking out about it when it was in the beta stages. And he was like, guys, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. If you don't, you're going to miss out. So as soon as it came out, Wolf, he got it immediately. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So I'll see how he likes it and see if he enjoys it. And if he does, great. He'll let us know what he thinks about it. And that's all he was talking about. He's like, hey, this is like the greatest thing ever. And I was like, okay. I want something that I can be immersed into. That's why I like Fortnite, but that's a PvP. And and the PvP means a player versus player. And you have respawns and that's just the way it is. And you don't lose your ammo or your guns or anything when you die. You do, but you have a chance of getting everything back because there's all these stashes everywhere. Arc Raiders is not that way. So I started looking at it, and we're going to show y'all some clips. We're going to show people playing, and we're going to have a reaction to it. So he was talking about how he was sending clips of all this stuff, and I was like, if they actually have that in game where you're fighting these the AI, and you're fighting real AI, by the way, guys. You're fighting real artificial intelligence. It learns your pattern of play.
Or
And
even the players as a whole, too.
as a
And
whole,
it's been teaching itself things.
yes, and we're going to talk about that tonight too. And so with that, I was kind of like, okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what happens. And the more I started seeing it, the more I was like, okay, the more he was showing, I was like, okay, there's a lot of cool little clips here. If it's even 10% of what he's showing, this game's going to be phenomenal. So I started doing my own research. I started reading up on it. I started to watch streamers and started following certain streamers. And guys, what y'all are going to see tonight, I honestly believe this game here is going to rejuvenate. It's the first game that I played. I love Cyberpunk 2077, but it didn't have that. It had where you could do a PVE, where you play immerse the environment, but it was supposed to have a PVE and a PvP side of it, but for some reason they ditched that before it was came out because it was also delayed, and then they ditched the PvP side of Cyberpunk 2077. And I was always let down by the fact that we were promised that that was going to come at a later date and a later time, and it never did. So, but this game is everything that it sells itself to be. So tonight, guys, you get to experience a lot of good streamers. Now, we're going to talk about the good side of it. We're going to talk about the negative side of it, but we're going to talk about it in general. And you're going to get to see some gameplays. But some of the things I wanted to pull up that I thought would be kind of funny is seeing other people playing and how they have taken the game, and not only taken the game, but they have uh, been able to make skits, um, have things that you're looking at, you're laughing at, and going, "Oh, you gotta be
Create
kidding
their
me!"
own
Is that
storyline, take their
yes,
basic character, and then create whatever they want to make out of their character. You can talk to
yes,
people in the game. It's the first one that I know that really does that without you having to be like friends going into a group and knowing that person. You can talk to anybody in the environment around you, which I think is really cool.
yes, I think so too. And so the first thing I want to pull up, talking about people um, using this game, the first thing that I looked up when we got it, I'm gonna pull it up now, was this scene right here. I think Nikki's gonna pretty much know which one I'm gonna be pulling up. I thought this guy is hilarious. I think that him doing this is so good. We now have Harold. Welcome, my friend. You have just made it right where we're getting ready to review and talk about the video game Arc Raiders, something that Nikki got me for my birthday. I've only been playing it since the 23rd, and I'm already at level 33 or 34. And you're going to get to experience this game that has taken my eyes off of Fortnite right now. Because it's mind-boggling the stuff that you get with this game. So here's one of the guys. This is the guy that's known as the Hairpin Bandit. And so we're going to get to hear how he interacts with people, which I think is hilarious.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I was gonna get on my the laptop and do this, but it needs updating, and the battery is very, very, very low.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to do this on my mini PC.
oh, that's fine.
Hopefully one day I can. Ma'am?
Oh no, that's okay.
But oh. Is anything going on? Did the screen freeze?
I can't hear you.
I was wondering what was going on. I can't hear any.
Can you hear Derek?
I hear you, but I don't hear Derek.
Huh.
I wonder.
that was.
So Revan hit the mute button on my thing up here.
Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah. So no, Revan, you can't come back up. I'm sorry. You're
How you gonna hit
hitting
buttons?
You're hitting buttons. Sit down.
Do I need to come grab him?
No, he's fine if he sits right here, but when he got over there, he was hitting all kind of buttons. So with the and I don't know what you've got pulled up here, Revan. You're hitting all kind of stuff, son. Lay down. Lay down. There you go. So so there we go. I'll have to take that out at the moment. So we're going to be reviewing and showing off the game Arc Raiders. One of the person that is I'm going to show you all the cinematic Arc Raiders cinematic short film that gives you an idea what the whole thing's about. And Revan, if you're going to keep doing that, I want to put you back down. Okay, bump up. So let me do that. Yes, I know. I know. I know. But see, I'm doing a live stream now. It's not during like where you get to sit in my lap while I play the game. So let's see here. And pull this up and put that up. All right. So here is the cinematic universe, 4 arc raiders to give everybody a good bit of an idea of how the game is. And here's the thing, even though this is a video they made, the events that take place in the video, you can actually do in game, which blew me away. So let's go ahead and get this started.
Fresh flowers. Clear skies. Peace. All things of the past. A past we no longer recognize. Like the faded dreams of a ghost. The world we knew is gone. Life
And
is
this was
currency
fan made,
now.
by the way. In game, as you're actually playing this.
Every day there are those of us that ascend to the surface, to enter the sunlight.
All right, Carl. What we're looking for is in the water treatment to the north. Arc Orbiter will arrive in 30 minutes. Make sure you're back by then.
Copy. Back into the shine. Every day, they venture out into the ruins of old, digging for relics of a time long past. But a time that might hold the keys to the future. And to our survival. Every day, less return. Those that do bring stories of an enemy that is burning our home and devouring its people, leaving nothing behind. Yet humans are stubborn. So we crawled underground like roaches, biding our time, waiting for the light once more.
When the machines fell from the sky,
As we get ready, so I can break it up a little bit for us, guys. What you're seeing is actually in game. This is a group of guys that were in the game playing it and wanting to show you this is exactly how the game is. You have, I think it's like 7 different maps in different locations, but within each map, you have like 14 different areas that you can go. The maps are so big, they make the map on Fortnite look small. They're so big. You can't go from one side of the map to the other side of the map within one 30-minute span, because each thing runs about 30 minutes. And then you have these areas that you have to get back to Speranza, where you have to catch the train or you got to catch a portal to get back into Speranza. And so,
Esperanza
wanna
is the
kinda-
safe place underground.
yes.
It's actually Italian for the word hope, and that's where everybody lives. Even though most of the gameplay is topside, is what they call it on the surface, But when you get back down, you have to go through and sort through the stuff you scavenge and go and talk to people that you did quests for and upgrade your gear. So even though it's really like, it's kind of like two games in one. One part of the game is you're scavenging and up there trying to avoid the arc machines that are going to kill you. And other players can kill you too. It's a PvP. It's also a PvE, which is player versus environment. And then for people that don't know what PvP is, it's player versus player. So there are players, depending on what they decide to do, it's whatever the humans decide they want to do, is they may kill you and steal your stuff, and then you return home with nothing. You still start over and you can go out again, but you lose everything.
There's real consequences. That's real consequences. You have real consequences in the game. If you have these different quests that you're trying to do, you got different tasks that you're trying to do also. And if a player, which is known as a rat, is hiding out, they can loot you. They can take all your loot, what they now call goop or GOOM, however they say it. But and all that hard work you did just got stolen. So the game has got real consequences, real things. You are going to come in contact with other players. This game is made for that reason, and you're talking to those players in real time. Like we're having this conversation here, you can have these exact same conversations in game, which is crazy. You're not just talking to your teammates, you get to hear your enemies, or
potential comrades,
or potential comrades, and you can team up with other players without giving out any of your information. Y'all can just decide to team up and run a raid together. And the game is absolutely insane about it really has endless possibilities. Now, there are some things that we're going to talk about in the game, but I want y'all to finish seeing this because I thought this was such a good idea, but I wanted to break it up because I don't want us to get a copyright strike or anything like that, because we are doing a reaction, and I want the to make sure we have talking points during it. But what you're seeing here is real game. This is
real gameplay.
Real gameplay. This is not something the company put together to
and
sell.
This is not cutscenes either. This is not like you do a action or stuff or whatever in game and then it does a cutscene and you get the schematic. No, every image you're seeing right here is gameplay, what you see as you're walking through the top side of the game.
Which is crazy.
They took everything. But we fought. For our home. For our lives. For 10 years. We waged war. Hiding beneath the soil. Fighting in the shade. Eventually, we pushed them back. We won. Our mistake was assuming we were the only ones who could learn from a fight, who could study and prepare. So the second wave came.
Now I want to pause right here for a second because I'm going to back it up, and I want you to see this thing right here. This thing was, I think, known as like a graveler, but its name changed because AI learned how to fight against humans, real people, and it taught itself how to leap. This thing is like the size of a kaiju in a Godzilla movie. You're small compared to it, and it learned not only how to counterfight people, but then it did a shock thing that even the creators of the game didn't even know it was going to be possible. It taught itself how to jump and how to jump to get the the surprise, the attack on the people playing. Now, I think, because of my conspiracy theory side of my brain, I think this is a kind of a human engineering, kind of like seeing how we would actually act in the apocalypse, so to speak. And so to know the AI is learning in this game and how fast it's learned how to play in this game, because there are these little white balls that roll around, and they were just known as rollers. Well, because AI learned that it could leap, the little balls have learned how to bounce and jump at you like a kamikaze and explode.
Mm.
It's a crazy game, and it definitely shows how AI is learning how to combat against the gamers. I just hope the AI knows that this is a game and not a reality. That's my only fear.
So the second wave came. Having learned our weaknesses, some were bigger, faster,
Very
smarter, entering our shelters and chasing us out into the light. It was a slaughter.
I thought that. Mickey thought I was crazy, but I decided somebody had gifted me. You can create your own weapons, you can find weapons, you can keep your weapons, you can improve your weapons, you can fix your gear. And I was like, you know what? Somebody gave me a gun that's called a hole crusher. And the gun's
Whole
purpose
cracker?
is
Maybe a whole
whole
cracker?
Whole
Yeah.
cracker. That's right. The whole purpose of that gun is to go against ARC. The robots are known as ARC. And so I was like, well, I've done all my I call them dailies, but they're like you have
Beats.
feats and you got story. There's a story. There's also cut scenes for the story in the movie, part of it that you can earn. But I decided I had to go to this one place, and I saw this machine right here, and I was like, well, right behind me I'm on top of a mountain. Right behind me is a
An escape
uh,
hatch, essentially.
yes, thank you. And so I was like, I'm going to use the gun, and I have a total of 50 rockets. I'm going to shoot them at it. And so that's what I did. And because of it, in the ranking level, I'm at number 19, or now number 18. And that goes across the whole board. And I almost killed it. I almost did. I think a lot of the other players thought that I was crazy. Nikki definitely thought I had lost my mind. She's like, he's going to lose everything that he has worked for. He has been so cautious, and I play very cautiously. And she's like, you're going to lose. He's going to lose it all. But as long as he's having fun, and if he does lose it all, I know he's going to be upset and sad. But hey, but I did. I beat. It started learning me. It started trying to figure out how to get to me, and then this big monster started climbing the mountain,
Yes.
and it was like couldn't
This
believe
thing right
that,
here.
yeah, that it was going to start climbing the mountain, and that's exactly what it did. And it got up there, and then when I got down into the thing to go home, I saw another player, and I think that player was sitting there waiting for me to get killed so he could run out there and grab all my loot and leave. But then when I came down there and walked down there and said, hey, you ready to go home? Dude was silent. Just
He didn't know. He
completely
didn't say nothing. Just crickets.
Yeah. It was like I did have somebody try to a rat is someone that will be in hiding and try and kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And shoot you
Take
at
your
your
loot.
shoot your back. Shoot you in the
Yeah,
back.
shoot you in the
Oh,
back. And
little
there are
cheating
players.
dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so one guy tried to do it, and I don't think he realized that I had a more powerful shield, and I had a more powerful gun than him, and I defeated him. And he's begging me not to end him because he's doing a quest, and I was like, "You've been sitting here hiding out, killing people. I'm sorry. I'm going to send you back to Speranza." And so, and he's begging, and and it does for that one moment. There's an emotional to it. It's because it's
Yeah.
like, do I do this? And I was like, yeah,
I'd have to be like, yeah, beg for your life, dweeb.
exactly. Now, one thing that I do in the game, and if you do come across here's someone that is quoting scripture and walking through the wilderness, and I do Psalms 23 when I'm walking through there, I'll call the art characters the demons and the horde of hate, the horde of Satan. And so I've had people kind of go, "Ooh, he's kind of crazy," but it lets people know you're around. And I learned quickly that it's a good thing to have a big gun in your arsenal because people definitely will be like, no, I don't think I'm going to tussle with him. I did have a group of guys that saw my weapons, and they decided that they were going to work together to take me out and take all my loot. But the thing, you can hear people talking, so I got really, really quiet and was listening to what they were saying, and then one person did turn up dead, and I was like, "Oh, we have a rat here." And
Mhm.
it was like, "I think you have the whole party as a rat." And so all of a sudden, somebody was throwing bombs at me and fire cocktails. So I fell off the edge and I landed on the back of one of these big robots. So I was like, it's going to be upset with me on its back, but it's going to be really upset with me if I start shooting it. And I knew where the exit was. So I was shooting it while I was on its back, riding it, because you're really riding it. You feel you got the whole motion and everything going. And I then jumped and rolled where the exit was, and I started shooting at him so it would come and block the exit. So I pissed it off enough that when the guys came down trying to take me out, the robot was so mad, and and it was the only exit point to get onto the train. And I knew they were trying to get me. So I used that robot, and I was like, "Bye, guys. Sorry, you're not going to get this loot today. I hope you have enough stuff to kill this thing, because unless you got certain bombs, y'all aren't going home." And I caught the train, and I rode on home. But the game is conditioned that if you go out killing people, they have created servers where it learns your gameplay, where if you are not like aggressive or a rat,
Or
and you're
shooting
not,
a lot of players.
yeah, then you're going to end up in lobbies that they're calling
Other people are
characters
friendly. Care Bear
where other people
lobbies.
are friendly. But the game was not meant to be, and we're going to talk about that. But I want y'all to see some more clips. But the game was not meant to be a PvP only. But I want y'all to see a little bit more of this, because this thing here I thought was great to show all the ins and outs. And then we're going to go look at some actual gameplay where some people are actually playing right now. One guy that I really like is that he is now the medic. And I think because of his channel, our creators created a free skin that you can earn and you get, and it's a actual medic outfit that you can now
It's
get.
not a surgeon outfit, but it's
Surgeon
essentially a
outfit.
medic.
And he goes out and helps. So let's look at this little Y'all hear it?
Oh yeah.
It was. That was it leaping right there. Were y'all able to hear me? Were y'all able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those things
That was-
almost reminds me of like a combination of Ed 209 and the Tajcomas from Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. And here's the thing that I forgot to mention. This is all created by what's known as Unreal Engine, that was created by the creators of Fortnite. So
So they
it's
use
a
the
whole
same
nother
engine to
company.
create this one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they use the same engine that helps create Fortnite. They used, because Epic allows that software to be used for free. And this is what somebody created from that software that was free, that they can actually make money from, which is crazy. But yes, definitely much Ghost in the Shell and Terminator. Very much has that Terminator trait
RoboCop.
built into it. And RoboCop. Yes. Yeah. Some of the outfits will take you to like Star Wars outfits. Like there's a guy that looks like a Sand Raider.
Uh-huh.
Then you got some really like these post-apocalyptic type movies where you have the savage looking things that they use the robot parts to make their armor that you can get. It's a lot spacesuits, free suits. I worked my butt off because I got a bald character that you get to design your own character. And you have all these different faces and shapes and sizes and everything you do to them. And I was like, I created it, but I could only give it like a little 5 o'clock shadow. Well, I worked my butt off because in this last update, if you complete all the tasks, you get this big bushy beard. And I got my character looking just like me.
You know what you made me think of when you said the savage groups that use robot parts to make their armor? Even though this is more prosthetic than armor, I thought of Judge Dredd,
Yes,
the crazy hillbillies. Let me crush him, Paul.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that
That's
and it
what-
has that. Judge Dredd, I love Judge Dredd. I got a lot of the books, I got a lot of the graphic novels, and yes, a lot. This game is like that whole setting, because it is like you go to different like mega city and stuff like that, and it's like these different cities, apartments that you go to. The stuff is breathtaking, but yeah,
Mhm.
definitely has that. Well, I'm gonna crush his head for you. Let's do it. I got hit by a nuclear warhead. Okay. Oh,
So here we are. Feels like the brink of extinction. With our backs against the wall. The children are scared. Shaking as they overhear of the boogeymen from our hushed whispers around the dinner table. We're running out of ways to keep them calm. To make them feel safe. But the surface changes people. Who you thought they were in the dark below burns away in the sunlight above.
This is Cullen. Unknown killed off the rest of my squad. Heading to Raider Hatch unseen.
Now it is you who lies in the dirt, not the will of another.
guess it was only a matter of time before I ran into you out here in the wilds. So you killed my friends. You piece of shit. Interfector. What a stupid fucking name.
I only make others face their sins. Like you. And all those you murdered. Beggars. The naive. The trusting.
Trust no one. Take everything. That's what we learned out in the sunshine. It wasn't personal.
Yet you forget about being burned by the light of greed, which has taken you here. Before me, many mourn because of you.
Yeah. Seeing beyond the Rust Belt changes you. I did what I had to do. Not my fault they kept ties as a raider.
When I visit your little boy in Speranza, you think he'll agree?
What?
Or do you think his cries will sound just like the children of men you buried out in the sand?
Wait, please. He doesn't even know me anymore. I cut my ties to him.
Kid.
He has nothing to do with this. You don't know what I've seen. Nothing we do matters. It won't matter. They'll take it all. The machines won't wait. Out there, I've seen it all. What they plan to do to us. None of it matters.
Now you die in the dark like a rat.
No! Please let my boy alone!
Threaten the man's kid.
But we have to
Yep.
keep
We have to
fighting.
keep
We have to keep fighting. We're trying to survive. These things. This arc. To see the sunrise once again. On a clear sky. So that those after us, those after us can still exist.
One day,
Somehow, we will return to the light. One day,
we will reclaim our home.
for every breath, every step, every win, we'll bring hope.
That was awesome. I think they did a great job putting that together, showing that off. I got more I'm going to show y'all, but yeah, that there was something else. Hey, Lauren starts saying, hey, Quentin, glad to have y'all tonight. The other thing about this game that Wolf was saying was like, hey, every game, every time you go into a new place, it's completely new. You're going to meet new people. You're going to be able to, you can create a relationship with people. You can be friend or enemy. I was in a match where I was wearing my medical outfit, and this girl was wearing her medical outfit, and she kind of got into a situation, and I just happened to the ARC bots didn't see me. I saw her getting attacked, so I did what I thought I would do. I shot them, and I was able to get them down in there. She, with her weapon, and gave her enough to be able to heal herself and then fight. And then at the end, we kind of was like, hey, you kind of want to go raid together. So we kind of went and raided in the thing together. And some of the big bots said they had this event. You know a little bit more about the event before I go into some of the videos, Nikki. How's the event work that I'm talking about where
I think they're calling it the Expedition Project, and what it does is after a certain point in time, you've advanced so much, it's really a ceiling. There's nowhere else to go. You've got all the abilities, you've got all the money, you've got all the weapons, and so you can voluntarily decide that you're going to go back to zero. And you get certain perks when you do that. Like, I think there's certain outfits. You get 5 points to use on the skill tree when you start over. We were looking at some other little things in there today, but you have a place that's called a stash, and that's when you go back to Speranza, a place where you keep all your components, because you can construct things, you do crafting and stuff. And so you get some extra little things, but it's like if you got into a rut and you've plateaued at everything, you can voluntarily decide to reset all of that. And so this happened Sunday night, Monday morning. For a lot of people, you had to sign up to do it. And so depending on how much stuff you had, like, I think if all your stuff totaled to be like 3 million, you got certain perks. And if your stuff total be like 5 million, you got certain perks. But there's a lot of people that had two different ideas when they reset. The ones that were resetting, we found out on Sunday, just started giving away all their high-end weapons because they weren't going to be able to keep it because it was going to wipe it all out. So
That's how I got a lot of my weapons.
Yeah, I was going to say, someone like Derek, who wasn't going to reset because he just got started, now got some of the nicer weapons that he hadn't been able to try yet for free because they were like, I don't need it in my end of thing. Like, I already hit my plateau of what I needed. So they were just giving them away. And then Monday morning, oh my God, the rats were out. Because it was, you better watch your back, because they are looking to get back their stuff as quickly as possible. And I'm thinking, if you didn't want to reset, just don't reset and keep all your stuff, But it's more of those extra perks came with like special outfits, and so it'd be like, oh, I got a special outfit because I reset. So, but they were looking to kill whoever they could to get their loot and their weapons and their guns. It was really bad on Monday.
It was. But the other thing too is that with this game that I learned is you buy the game. If you have a PC, you get it on Steam. If you got an Xbox, PlayStation, you buy it with from your console. It's a download, and when you buy the game, that's it. You don't have to do anything else.
You don't spend any more money unless you want to.
Yeah, you don't have to spend any money at all. If you do the feats, it gives you money. So you can buy other perks if you want to. And every outfit, like the skins you get from Fortnite, you get to keep your skins. You have a locker that you get to keep them all in. But the thing is that after you buy the game, that's the only money that you have to spend. And you have two ways of buying it. You have a $30 basic game. That's it. It's the game. You download it, you go in and play. Or the $50 where you're giving an outfit, you have already a couple of incentives and guns, and you're not going in completely like a newborn baby. You'll actually have a little bit of stuff in your inventory that you'll be able to use to play the game. And they give you $25 gift card for the game, which I was like, okay, that's crazy. So, but they know that people are going to buy stuff. That's just how those pay things go. But as long as you have internet access and you have the game that you paid for, that's it. It's like a one-time purchase. You get this endless possibilities and the stuff, which blew my mind. And I know that Wolf kept saying, "Hey, y'all don't understand, man. This is like Fortnite and PUBG had a baby. It's like this is like Call of Duty and everything just like wrapped up in one, but you're now having where you're playing against not only other players, but you're playing against the AI program. So a lot of people are probably asking, what is a rat? Well, that's the next clip I'm going to show you is what a rat is. Let me pull that up for us, guys. Let's see, bam, and it's going to just be a little short clip. Put that right there, and we are going to take a look at this.
Do beware of frostbite.
Okay, there's a yo, friendly. Oh, don't do that, bro. Are you serious? I did say friendly, my guy. I'm pushing you, boy. Little bitch ass rat. Yo, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Tell me. What's your name so I could post you as a clip, bro? Tell me. You know I could defib you if you apologize. Say, I'm sorry for being a little rat bitch. Tell me. I could revive you. Look. You want me to revive you? Say, I'm sorry for being a little rat bitch. Free loadout, bitch.
It's a good day for picking candleberries, but do beware of frostbite.
Okay, there's a yo, friendly.
And that right there is things is based off of trust. When you say a friendly, and what Nikki pointed something out that I thought was interesting is that what were you saying that you noticed while I was playing when it came to people being a rat, and you're like, hey, I'm a friendly, how are you doing? How are you trying to engage with people? You're like, a lot of times Eagle's like, don't trust that person, honey. Don't. So what was it that you noticed in game?
Well, I noticed that when Derek goes into a situation, he sees somebody, he's like, hey, what's going on? How are you? And if they're truly friendly, they are usually like, hey, man, what's going on? Or even, hey, how you doing? I'm looking for blah, blah, blah. Or, but absolutely the ones that are not friendly are act a little bit differently. First way they're different is they won't say nothing, not a peep. There is an in-game, like kind of like in Fortnite, you can do emotes and stuff, but in Arc Raiders, it's a menu mainly for like talking if you don't have a microphone. Like some people don't, and you can go yes, so you can answer basic questions, no, or how are you? And so it'll help, it'll let you answer basic questions without having a microphone. And so when they don't answer you at all, it's like they know they're going to be doing something bad to you. It's like they don't want to interact with you because then you become a real person. So if they don't interact with you, they can still like be like, okay, I'm going to try to kill them and take their stuff. So I was like, if they don't talk to you, very much avoid them, go around them. And then if they do talk to you and it's very short, like one-sided, then I would still be wary. But more than likely than not, if they're talking, hey brother, what's going on, then usually they are friendly. But if they're just like nothing, they don't say anything at all, usually they are not friendly for some reason. Like any other place, people that want to be mean are just going to be mean and they'll lie. But for some reason in this game, it's like they can't lie. They can't say, oh, I'm friendly, and then turn around. Now, I've seen some people do it, but the majority of the people that Derek encounter when he's playing, that's not the case. So if they're not saying anything, they're like not a good player. You know, they're here for the wrong or they got bad intentions is what it is.
Yeah, and Nikki's actually caught a lot of that. That's actually saved me in a lot of the situations. But one thing I want to show is like, this is one of the in-game events. Let's go here, share. There it goes. Now this is something, and I'm gonna start his, and I'm gonna make sure I put a link because he actually is going into talking about there could be a streamer toxic environment that has come or that's happening right now in the community. So I'm going to back his up a little bit, because I do agree. There's a argument right now saying, hey, there should be 2 modes. One should be strictly PvE and one should be strictly PvP. And I personally don't agree with that. I think that it needs to be the way it is, because the game is meant to be as close to reality as possible, that your choices, your decisions, who you engage with, who you see has some type of consequence, whether that's a good consequence or that's a bad consequence, but there's still there's a consequence that comes from it. But I do agree with some of the stuff that he's going to point out that I think is very important to talk about with this, is the fact that streamers have been really pushing this type of toxic, that even the developers of the game have said that's not what was intended. Matter of fact, one of the changes that they did is that you used to get these feats where you would go in and you get to like in Fortnite is your dailies. And so you get 3 dailies and you can re-roll your dailies up to 3 times to get what you want. And one of them was go out there and loot somebody, go out there and shoot somebody, go out there. And it was kind of like, I don't think the developers expected the type of that was what people were going to start focusing on, was that negative side. And the developers were like, whoa, we didn't mean for that. That was only if you came in contact with someone and they had ill intentions, that you had to defend yourself, and that's why you would get XP. So they nerfed that completely in the new update, where you don't get that as a feat anymore. So what have they done? They've now gone to looting. Okay, but I'm not going to get the XP. Well, I'm going to make sure I loot you and I make your experience the worst experience possible. And that's where we're going to look at this. That I think this whole game is a social experiment. I really do. I think the whole game you could actually dissect this game psychology 101 with this game of saying psychosis, narcissistic, traits that people want to hide and when they're around someone face to face, but behind a screen, they can let what I hate to say, some people let their inner demons out. And that is, I think that with this, I think the social experiment is showing that there are some really bad eggs out there. And as a society, we have to kind of start looking and going, why is there this type of, because if this is the thoughts you're having in your long time that you're now acting out, then there's more villains out there than there are superheroes. And that's something that I've noticed. And so we're going to take a look at this one real quick.
Well, I wanted to bring one thing up. We did watch this video, I think a couple of days ago, and this is when we first come up with the thing saying that it's called a Care Bear lobby, is because this guy made a video about trying to find a Care Bear lobby. He had heard rumors about places you could go where people would talk to you and help you out and give you free stuff sometimes and revive you. He was like, and I've never been there before. And I was like, probably because you're a rat. And he was, but he was like, I want to go try find this mythical lobby where apparently people are really friendly. And so he starts off by trying not to shoot people to steal their stuff, but if they tried to shoot him, he would retaliate and shoot him anyway. And he wasn't getting anywhere. He realized he was still in the same lobbies. Yes, because even though they were going to shoot you, you still shot back and killed them. And so it still put you in the lobbies with all the other killers. And so he had to really I don't know how he had to do it, but somehow he had to be like, okay, I'm not going to kill for any reason. And we're like, duh, that's what you're supposed to be doing, not killing for any reason. And so he made a comment on there. He was playing with his daughter she looked to be about high school, maybe older, middle
He's
school.
12 years old.
Oh, okay. So I was right with the age, and said that the first thing he had to do was kick his daughter from his group because she was ruthless. And apparently she'd be like, ha ha ha, I'm killing you, and just like slaughter everybody. And I'm like, what are you raising? If no wonder you're having a hard time, because your daughter's looking to you for gameplay, how I'm supposed to play this game, and she's ruthless. And the first thing you have to do is kick her. That's just ruthless, I think. Maybe you should be teaching her not to shoot everybody in the back. But anyway, so he was going on about, I had to refrain from shooting somebody that shot at me and didn't kill me. And we're like, yeah, duh. So eventually he makes it to what he called a Care Bear lobby. And like the whole time he's looking at all these people being so nice and how gullible they are and stuff. And he's using that type of language. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to be here very long. I can tell already.
And he's like, look, nobody's shooting back at me. And I'm like, it's because you're in, and there is a middle ground. I think that's where I am in the game, is that I am between people that will shoot you in the back and people that will help you out. But the thing is that a lot of people, I got in a conversation with this one guy, and he's like, what made you come up and save me? I was like, well, you look like you're having a lot of problems, and I want someone to have a good experience. I said it has to do with my personality. I just like people. I like to hang out and do nice stuff. And I said, so I said that, so I'm actually just playing how I would do in real life. And he was like, dude, I was one step away of just deleting this thing completely. And I was like, whoa, wow. He's like, because everyone I have come into contact with in this past month has shot and killed me or looted me. He says, I've not met anybody till you. And I was like, well, that's funny, because I've had the opposite experience. I've had the experience where there's been more positive than there has been negative. And I was like, maybe it was the way you were playing early on in the game, that you were, shoot first, ask questions later. I said, because there is consequences. And he's like, I know there's consequences. I said, well, consequences is that you'll get put into a different server. I said, that's the type of thing. I said, so maybe since you were not playing that way anymore, that's why you're now in this type of lobby. But I'm going to play this clip because I think this is important. And then I'm going to show the positive side of Arc Raiders as we'll come to a close. But I want to show this part here because he brings up some very good and honest, valid points. So let's let this rock and roll.
Actually don't. They need to know what it's all about. It's basically an extraction shooter that's built around tension, survival, and risk versus reward, right? And it's not supposed to be mindless chaos. It's not a respawn simulator. When you drop in, your decisions matter, your gear matters, your positioning matters. The whole emotional hook of the game is that what you lose is real, and that's important because streaming culture, especially competitive streaming culture, doesn't always reward patience, strategy, or smart disengagement. It rewards ego plays. It rewards these highlight clips, and that's where things start to shift because streaming thrives on moments, on drama, on big fights, on wipes, clutch plays, and nobody is clipping the careful rotation that avoided a fight. Nobody is making a montage about the smart extract about grabbing 2 mid-tier items. The algorithm wants explosions, the chat wants blood, and the streamer wants engagement, right? That's normalized. So what happens? You start seeing creators hot dropping into high-risk zones purely for content. You see players intentionally pushing every fight, even when it makes no sense strategically. You see streamers berating teammates for playing too safe or even like rats, when in reality, they're playing the game exactly as intended. And chat eats it up, right? Because guess what happens? Toxicity, what does it do? It performs. And there's this subtle shift that happens in extraction shooters. At launch, everyone is cautious. The fear is real. The unknown is exciting. But once that meta settles and streamers start defining what's cool and what's lame, community behavior changes. In Arc Raiders, we're starting to see that now. You have streamers labeling slower players as cowards, calling people who avoid PvP trash, mocking players who third-party fights, even when third-partying is literally part of the survival dynamic. And there's this weird expectation being built that every raid should be a kill race. But Arc Raiders was never designed to be team deathmatch. And here's where I find the deepest issue. The viewers of these streams, they don't just watch, they end up copying their favorite streamers, right? If your favorite streamer constantly pushes every gunfight they hear, mocking anyone who extracts early and starts betraying people that they thought are on their side, guess what happens? You start feeling embarrassed for not doing these things, right? And if they rage when they get outplayed, the chat learns that blaming others is normal. That culture trickles down. In a game where gear loss has consequences, that shift towards hyper-aggression doesn't change vibes, it changes the whole ecosystem. Now let's talk about that toxic encouragement specifically. Some streamers openly encourage grief-style play. They'll camp extract for hours because it generates reactions. They'll intentionally bait new players. They'll stream snipe rivals under the guise of content. And when called out, it's brushed off as part of the game. Now, technically, some of it is, so don't get me wrong here, but extraction shooters allow ambushes, they allow betrayal, they allow psychological warfare, and that's part of the tension. But gotta be real here. There's a difference between strategic ambush and performative toxicity. When motivation shifts from I need to survive to I need to farm rage clips, the gameplay warps, right? It changes. The incentive becomes humiliation and not survival. And humiliation, unfortunately, drives views. So you can see how certain creators talk, and there's this constant need to assert dominance. And they say things like, these kids are bots, lobby is free, why are these players so trash? The language builds a hierarchy, and it encourages viewers to adopt the same type of mindset. It stops being about improving, and it becomes more about belittling. And that creates a barrier for new players. Imagine, for example, right, you're new to Arc Raiders, you hop into your first few raids, you die to someone who then teabags your body while they stream laughs. Maybe you clip into their channel out of curiosity and see yourself being roasted live. I mean, are you excited to queue up again if you're seeing that? Do you uninstall? I mean, that's the long-term danger of all of this. I mean, I get it, it's a video game at the end of the day, and we shouldn't take some of these things seriously, but sometimes it's not about all the laughs and humiliation. Believe it or not, some streamers shape the lifespan of multiplayer games because they have a huge audience, right? They set the metas, they set the tone, they set expectations. And if dominant voices in the Arc Raiders space push this hyper-toxic behavior as the quote-unquote correct way to play, the casual player base shrinks. And what has made this game so successful in the first place is because of that casual player base. Extraction shooter.
Now I'm going to stop right there for a second because one thing that I noticed with this new update that I have really been impressed with the team of Arc Raiders is the fact that they recognize that, and now there's penalties happening. They're not attacking or going after those players, but what they're doing is they're making that, again, the game's based around consequences, positive consequences, negative consequences. And the one thing I've noticed with the developers of Arc Raiders is that they're like, if you want to be negative and be like that, there's a consequence that's going to happen to you in game, not outside the game, but in game, because that's how really society works. And the other thing that I noticed that I really liked is they're not putting up with hackers. They're not putting up with cheats. Some people had started figuring out and had got programmed to do like the aim bots and stuff like that. That's so apparently in Fortnite, the Fortnite has actually rehauling everything and actually went after the PC people and that play with PCs and said, look, you know, y'all are buying these mods to your PC that you're getting this edge that you think, but it's really a cheat. And Fortnite's now
Mhm.
recognized it as a problem because they ignored it at first because it was only happening in just battle royale. It wasn't going into competition. But this past year, it has been in competition also in Fortnite awards with money.
Yeah, it's
And
been
if you got, go ahead.
it's been running rampant this year, man.
Mhm.
It makes it not as fun as it usually is, and that's gonna hit that game's fan base.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
PUBG allowed it. And what do you hear about PUBG?
Nothing
Nearly nothing.
anymore.
Fortnite was ignoring it a little bit, kind of still going after the really big cheaters, but the little small timers, they were just letting it go. But Fortnite had to extend this season to March 19th. Now, a lot of people were wondering, why did they extend the season? Why did they make it so long? Well, when Chapter 7, Season 7, Chapter 2, however you say it, I always get the two backwards, but it's a 7-2 coming up. Fortnite has said and already put out to every person that plays with a PC, here's your new rules, here's the new guidelines, here's the new stuff. And those of you that use Discord and use Discord chat so that y'all can find each other in lobbies and you can team up and do stuff like that, that's going to be changing in Fortnite. Fortnite is recognizing the problem because their numbers have started to dip. Where Fortnite and a lot of it, I think, has to do with the fact this game came out. This is the new popular game. I think that's why some of the numbers kind of dipped, is because this thing here. But the problem is that our creators, at least the developing group, must have been Fortnite players or Fortnite people because they have zero tolerance right now for cheats. I have already seen where certain streamers or stuff like that were using their little, aimbot cheats. The art creators, they go back on and their account's terminated. And they're like, wait, what do you mean? What's going on? And they're like, hey, your name kept coming up. People kept reporting you. And so we get into the game, into the lobby, and we make sure that our character gets close to your character so we can see your gameplay. So they're physically in the game, playing overall, keeping a very close eye on the community, inside the community, and seeing what's happening. And they've had zero tolerance, and that's something they said from the very start: zero tolerance for hackers. And I think that's a great thing. I think that you're Fortnite ended up having to no longer give crowns in Blitz because the cheating was so much that you now have people that have 2,000, 3,000 crowns because they had it the cheat mods so much in Blitz and in OG. So I like the fact that Arc Raiders is already saying, look, we ain't putting up with it. We're not going to put up with it. And they immediately are putting an end to that. So, but yeah, me and Nikki, we love Fortnite. My health hasn't allowed me to play as much as I used to, and then I started playing Arc Raiders, but I love Fortnite. I absolutely love it. I am so looking forward to Chapter 2 that's coming out because it's all going to be about Vikings and Viking mythology.
Oh man,
all next season. Yeah, all next season.
And I love me some Viking stuff.
I do
too. Me too. And you got Thor and Odin and all of them. It's going to be some of the bosses that you fight and stuff like that. So I'm very excited, and I'll be grinding away when Fortnite's new season starts. I got to help Nikki finish out and get some of the stuff for her characters. But Arc Raiders, the other side that I'm seeing is what he's talking about. the toxic, the toxic. I
Toxicity.
think it's all. Yeah, thank you. I think it's all right to have a little bit of smack talk. I don't think that's a problem. I think that it's good to be able to pick on your opponent if you're in a fight, and taunt them and stuff like that. I think that should be allowed and should be fine. But I don't think that the streamers should be the ones that navigate and choose the direction of the game.
Right.
And we're going to take a look a little bit more at what he says here, because I think it's very important to share this, and then we'll show the positive, and then I'm going to show a negative side, that because I want to show everything, so that anybody that wants to come and look at this, they'll see this video, they'll be able to be completely immersed and say, hey, yeah, I think this is a game that I want, or this is a game that I think I'll just pass. But but let me go ahead and do that. While this is playing, I'm going to be looking for another video. So if y'all have a comment or stuff, just say, hey, I want to say something, and I'll pause it.
Oh, I did want to say something before you start this one.
Okay.
Talking about the people that were banned, I think you're referring to a video you and me both watched that we were surprised at. There was a streamer that was playing, and he was going to finish up this one guy that was on the ground, and he said, hey, I'm here, I'm about to ban you because you've been using an aimbot. And he was like, oh yeah, really, whatever. And he was like, no, really, we got some reports that it was impossible the way you were shooting people. You were shooting people around objects and things like that, and we got enough reports about you that I'm coming here to see for myself to see if you're doing that. And he thought he was a bunch of bull. He was like, no, you're just lying to me. He was like, no, really, in about 2 minutes you're going to be banned. And he was like, he's still making fun of him, and all of a sudden it cut. He went to a banned screen. He was actually a legit, like, I don't know what his role was, administrator, a project test, a game tester or whatever, but they actually went in there to see if whoever was legitimately using cheats before they banned him permanently. Like, not 6 months, not a year, permanently. Like, can't come back on that account.
Yeah, pretty much sort of yakety yak, don't come back.
Yes, exactly. And I think that sometimes that I'm glad that they're staying up on it like that, and I think that's a good thing. He's got a couple more points I'm gonna let him say that I think is really good, and then I'm gonna show you all the positive, and then I'll show. And I don't. And the next two channels that I'm going to share with y'all, I'm not saying that one channel is right and one channel is wrong. I'm just going to show you that there is this positive way of playing, and then there is this more negative, aggressive type of play. And I think both of them should be allowed in the realm of it. I think Arc Raiders is learning how the developers kind of got caught off guard a little bit on some of the stuff. And I think they're doing very well with, because this is now the third update that we have gotten since it started, and it started in October of last year. So this is the third season, and I think that they've done really well to try and keep that balance. And I think them adding the other servers, and even though they call it a Care Bear lobby, I personally call the other lobbies dicks and assholes. I mean, that I'm sorry for my French, but that's what I think when you play that way. That's the mindset you are.
Or as the word I would use, dorksicles.
Dorksicles. I like that
That's
better.
good.
I like that better. Dorksicles. Thank you. I like that a lot better. But yeah, that is so you'll get to see a dorksicle, and you'll get to see a Care Bear. So let's let him make a couple more points I thought he had in here that was really, really good. And I'll make sure I have a link to everything that you see. Will be in the comments and the bios, and you can go to those channels and subscribe to them and comment. And if you want to, you can let them know that we here on a Community for All of Us, because that's what the podcast is. It's a community for all of us. I think Arc Raiders is a game that kind of embodies what us three here try to to promote. So let's get this one here.
Shooters rely heavily on a healthy mix of casuals and sweats. And without that mix, matchmaking gets brutal really fast. There's another angle to this whole thing too, the performative rage culture. Because some streamers aren't just toxic towards opponents, unfortunately, they're toxic towards teammates. They yell over small mistakes, publicly blame randoms, passive-aggressive sighs every time someone doesn't follow their exact call out. And chat, guess what it does? Chat reinforces it. Yeah, your teammate threw. Uninstall, bro. Kick him. Or that guy's so bad. That guy's terrible. It just becomes, you get what I mean? It's become like a feedback loop. And the streamer rages because rage gets engagement. Chat eggs it on because chaos is entertaining. Clips get posted. Algorithm rewards it. And it's repeated. Slowly, normal players internalize that this is just how Arc Raiders is supposed to feel. But it doesn't have to be. Let's zoom out for a second. We've seen this happen in other competitive games when content creation leans heavily into humiliation and ego with community perception that shifts. Suddenly every match feels sweaty, right? Every lobby feels hostile. New players feel unwelcome. The game itself hasn't changed. The culture of the game has changed. Arc Raiders is still fundamentally about survival against machines and players alike. And it has this atmospheric tension. It has that slow burn exploration. It has that meaningful risk. But when the loudest voices treat it like a frag movie simulator, the identity there tends to blur. That identity matters long term. And there's this monetization angle of the whole thing because, again, a lot of these streamers, that's what they want at the end of the day. They want the drama because it equals clicks. Clicks equal ad revenue, and clips equal growth. So there's a built-in incentive to exaggerate things, to escalate things, to talk trash, even when it's unnecessary. And you don't get viral moments from saying good play or that guy outmaneuvered me, unfortunately. You get viral moments from slamming your desk, calling him every name in the book, stuff like that. But here's the irony. The streamers who built long-term loyalty usually aren't the most toxic ones. They're the ones who create inside jokes, who laugh at their own mistakes, who teach instead of belittle. Honestly, I have more respect for those type of streamers more than people who put others down. That short-term rage content spikes numbers, but long-term community building sustains games. If Arc Raiders leans too heavily into the former, what it does is it risks alienating the very players that keep its ecosystem alive. Now let's talk about what some people will say in response. Some people will just say, it's just trash talk. It makes things fun. It's competitive. Don't be soft. Mute the stream. Sure, trash talk always existed. Competition breeds ego, and that's natural, but there's a difference. There really is between competitive fire and sustained harassment culture. There's a difference between light banter and constant degradation. And when toxicity becomes the main attraction rather than a side effect, it starts defining the whole space. Another subtle effect is how it impacts playstyles. When streamers glorify only aggressive PvP, that slower strategic player gets labeled negatively. But Arc Raiders supports multiple approaches. I mean, you can play however you want. You can stealth, you can loot and avoid fights, you can play opportunistically, you can hunt squads. All of those things are valid, but culture can invalidate entire playstyles socially, even if the mechanics support them. And that's dangerous in a sandbox-style extraction game, because the beauty of games like Arc Raiders is unpredictability. The moment every player feels pressure to sprint towards gunshots because that's what good players do, variety dies. And with it, tension dies. Another issue that doesn't get talked about enough is viewer mimicry outside of the game. Because when these toxic streamers normalize mocking accents, maybe attacking skill levels, or even betraying players and shoot them in the back once they've won their trust, younger viewers, especially ones that are more impressionable, internalize that behavior. They carry into voice chat, into Discords, into other games. Streaming doesn't just shape gameplay, it shapes the whole behavior of some people. And let's be real, Arc Raiders doesn't need that extra hostility. Extraction shooters already have built-in stress. I mean, you're risking gear, you're constantly alert, your heart rate spikes in fights. That stress can be thrilling, but when you add community hostility on top of that, it turns from thrilling to honestly exhausting. Exhausted players don't stick around. Now, I want to be clear.
Now, you know, I have been binge playing this game. It's the only thing that's been helping me, you know, for me, let me back this out quick. A lot of people don't know. Yeah, for me, being able to play games, Nikki knows that when I have a really bad day, the one thing I like to try and focus on, if I can, is playing a video game, because it takes my mind off of the problems medically that I have. And Nikki and I love playing Fortnite together. And when we can hook up with Harold, we love playing with Harold. And then I play with Billy, which is Billy Kids Reviews, and Wolf, and we kind of like, we do that together too. And you know, when I play with Nikki and Harold, it's kind of like this nice, let's go at the slow pace, let's help each other, let's do this. When I play with the guys, it's kind of like we kind of trash talk each other. So I get both sides of this argument, because I've played both ways. With Arc Raiders, the reason why I want to point it out is that Arc Raiders has got me because of the fact that I'm getting to interact with people, because I'm not able to get out like I used to. And as an artist, I used to go to all the comic conventions. I used to go to all movie premieres. I used to go to toy shows. I don't get to do that like I used to anymore. And you know, other than having Harold and Billy and Wolf and Mikey and Nikki, that's kind of my only avenue of getting to talk to outside people other than doctors. So this playing Arc Raiders has kind of like made it where I can actually talk to people outside my bubble. And for me, it's been an experience of meeting new people and culture. I mean, and it's just been this complete eye-opening thing for me, being disabled, to now be able to conversate with someone that I don't know anything about, but because we love that, we're enjoying this game, and we both agree that it's better to be positive than it is to be negative. We hung out for a while, and we kind of both helped each other. I mean, this guy, and I get to hear his kid in the background, and he's like, "I'm so sorry about that." And I'm like, "No, dude, I understand. I was a teacher, my wife and I." "Oh, so you get it?" I was like, yeah. He's like, "It's not bothering you?" So nah, you know, because I love kids. And so, you know, the kid's like, you know, Daddy, look over there. What, you know, kind of like helping them out. And I was like, that's so cool. So with that, I wanted to start looking at the sides of the positives. So I'm going to pull this one here up. We're going to do a positive, and it's a Care Bear, and then we'll look at kind of like a dork sickle. But the dork sickle, this one I'm going to show you, is actually really funny. I think he's funny. I don't know, Nikki, sometimes she's like, "I don't like that one at all." you know, I'm getting ready to pull up.
No, I don't actually. I'll
really?
be surprised. Yeah, I'm not sure
Okay,
what you're gonna pull up.
Well, this one here is the Care Bear. Because I want y'all to see that there is this completely different side of everything with this game. So you guys going hollering for help. Oh, I got mute on, sorry. Can y'all hear it?
Help, please help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, I can help you. I did not see your fucking flare. I was looking for flares, dude.
All I want to do is get this fucking quest done.
Dude, I was doing that too. I stopped questing. They were so fucking annoying. You need some heals?
I'm just gonna extract. I got band-aids, but I don't have any shield. But I'll probably be fine.
I can shield you up.
Oh, thanks, man.
I can at least shield you up. They're probably fine.
But yeah, dude. I'm on the raid. I'm on the quest where I gotta get fucking snitch scanners. Oh my god, that shit is so annoying.
Yes, it is.
Because they just spawn in.
Do you want this gun?
Drones.
Do you want this gun that's a sniper that'll help you?
Nah, man, that's all good. Unless you're
I can
offering it.
craft
Oh
it, I don't
shit,
mind.
dude.
That way you can have an
Oh,
easier time
shit,
with the
man.
stitch scanners.
Appreciate it. Shit, bro. Thank you so much. Like
You seem really new, so take this blueprint too.
What? Yo, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm just out here
What
giving
the
free
hell?
stuff and picking up anybody that put down.
What? Yo, thank you, bro. My God.
Anyway,
Like, what?
good luck on the extract, dude.
Yo, thank you, twin. I'm ready to dip instantly. I'm out of this
I hope you get those snitches, dude.
Thanks, man. Have a good raid.
Thank you. Good luck on the next one.
Absolutely awesome.
Hey, what's up? Any of you got mics? No?
Yes.
All right, who killed who here?
He killed me. I got a light machine blueprint.
I don't need shit. I just need to get that guy that just died. Hold on. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
See, there's good consequences, positive and negative consequences. That's why I'm loving this game.
Who's out there? Who's downed out there?
An arc orbiter is en route. Safe window is closing.
Oh, he didn't make it in time. That
No.
sucks.
And he only takes anything that can help another player. He doesn't like take their minds. He doesn't take. If they couldn't get to him, he says they have bandages. And that's a channel that I love.
I got you, bro. I got you. No, fuck that shit. I got you. Oh. Stop moving, dude. Defense. There you go, bro.
Take it down.
I don't have another keeper. You?
Oh, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? I don't got a defense, man.
It's all good.
I can stabilize you if you want to try to walk all the way up there. I heard you guys do.
I'm gonna die, man. Just take my shit.
All
And this is what's considered a Care Bear.
You're
dog.
dead too, dude. What the fuck? You'll live. You'll live. You'll make it out to see another day.
And personally, this is what I'm hoping to be able to start doing. What's he walking so far away from the?
I don't know.
The
What's he doing?
If I don't stabilize it. What's up, dude? There's a guy down here trying to save him.
Get him.
Go in. You gotta get in. I'm taking him.
That's awesome. And so, I mean, I just think seeing that part, helping others, is what's going to make this that all of a sudden the community within ARC Raiders kind of made a decision like, I'm going to be playing this way and helping others. And I, they may call that a Care Bear lobby or whatever. I think that, I think you should take the name and be proud with it. I think that being a Care Bear, caring for others, is a good thing. I love that type of gameplay, but I want to make sure people get to see that there is another type of gameplay. And I do find the content, with this one here, kind of funny, and it's goofy, but it's also is to show you a different way of the way the game can stream. So let me add that. I hope I got the right one up. Let's see. So here we go.
Pound those shits in a minute. He won because fortune favors the bold. He doesn't respect pussies.
This is sorry for
Yes,
the language,
cheers,
but yes,
boy. Let me crack it open. Cheers, boys.
This is burnt peanut.
I'm telling you, the Voodoo Ranger is the perfect vector.
So I'm gonna get him in gameplay.
Oh, wait, win it. Nice.
I killed him.
Nice. There's gonna be another team.
Good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys.
That was weird.
Another team.
Okay.
On bridge.
Run to the hundreds. Give me some punch.
Yeah, we should go in the room. We should go back. Side.
The thirsty guy right here.
Yeah, come here.
What are you looting this guy? Little bitty goo.
Gooping?
No. He's hanging around.
Full team on me. I'm so dead.
Oh, I've got you.
Both cracked. He's climbing up right here.
Oh, I'm dead. Ooh, good work.
Oh shit! No.
He's gonna be pushing your left.
Pushing. Oh, he's shot. He got it. Nice. Good work.
Oh no, this one.
There's
And now they're all-
another team, dude.
Oh no, it's teammate.
Oh.
No, that's my fault.
Guys, why are we fighting amongst ourselves? When in reality, we should be fighting together.
I knew they were gonna be there.
Thank you, sir.
No, he's second.
What do you say? You kill Cloaksy and let me and Gigi go free.
What?
I think that's a fair compromise. Oh, thank you, good sir. All right, I'm going to be off now. Have a good one. He's going pretty good. Guys, I'm alive.
And he's wearing the medic outfit.
Cozy. Psst.
Huh?
I'm alive.
Fire.
I know. All I had to do was trade your life and Gingy's life for mine.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Take that deal.
That's a damn good. You take that deal, boys. That's a damn good deal.
You left my bobcat.
Yeah, that's okay. I can tell those gentlemen were ready to pounce. They were going to murder me.
I had.
Oh, that's not good for me. Wait, he's terrible.
Does he have a voice maker? What is that?
This is Peanut playing, so I'm gonna see if go up a little further. So,
but here.
Wait, are you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wait, something just blew up down here.
Oh my God, dude, that wind is no joke. Oh, I'm gonna die immediately. He just threw a bomb at his friend. Okay, I'm dead immediately. They are waiting here with electromagnetic traps and trigger nades.
Dude, what?
Gentlemen, obviously you have bested me with superior skill, but I have to say that you're gonna die because you kind of suck.
I'm coming.
All right. I want that to be known. Please. I know you're eyeing me. You better not shoot. Ooh. Okay. All right, buddy. All right. Don't you dare do that. You do that, I'm telling Santa. You're not getting shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, it's not. I'm fake. I'm a fraud. You're a view bot. You're not real either. None of us are real.
Guy under me shooting me.
Kill me, please. Don't kill me. Wait, Psycho. She's joking. Oh my God.
Are you, dude?
Guys. I know that picnic you guys had right outside the door for 5 minutes was really cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and are full.
Dude,
I
was so hurt.
Either talking smack.
But what the hell was that?
Dude, I was trying to watch them.
They got rest.
Perfect.
Wait,
what a sweet treat. What a sweet delight. For real, you're always dead. LOL. Word.
Anya?
Word.
Guys, one shot.
It's fine. Word, homie. Shit. Didn't know you were repping your set like that, Jit.
Deal?
I'd suck a
You
fart
went
out of
all
your
the way
peanut
up to the
bun.
top.
Thank you, sir.
You can probably just get out.
Man.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
What am I playing, bro?
Were you getting shot at by both?
There's nowhere to hide.
That was crazy.
Excellent raid, gentlemen. Excellent raid. I've never seen that before in my life. All right, guys, for this next one, okay? For this next one, what I want you guys to do is, Closey, I want you to spend 10 minutes in the spawn eating. And then when I go down, Gigi, I want you to set up a camp outside the room as you hear the.
I was the carry.
They're dying. They're dying.
Like 4 people, and you guys kept dying.
Not that I remember.
Nope.
Yeah, nah, if my memory serves, that never happened. Let's ride.
Res you guys 2 times. Well, I couldn't res you guys the second time because, but.
All right, and so that kind of gives you the idea of the both sides. You got the one that shows, that go out there and want to help everyone, and then you have the one where it's like, I'm going to do everything in my power to end you, stop you from advancing, and like I said,
Even
I
his
think that
own teammates.
I'm sorry, say that again, Sweet Pea.
Even his own teammates. You heard what he said. He was like, "Yeah, I sacrificed you two so I could survive." I said, He said, "Take them, keep me alive, defend me."
Yeah,
and that was
And
okay.
so- and that's the way that and that's why I shared that first video first, because I thought that it did really well to kind of to bring up the topic about the game and the topic of the toxic side of it. But like, how did you call it, Harold? So I don't use the words I use. How do you?
A dorksicle.
A dorksicle.
So you got Care Bears and dorksicles. I think the game has potential to be something that's completely unimaginable. I think that the horizon goes beyond what you could have possibly ever thought a game would be, and I think Arc Raiders is that. It's just trying to keep that sweet spot, because you don't want it to become like Fortnite tried something called Delulu, which I called the doo-doo. I absolutely hated Delulu.
I thought it was interesting.
Yes.
The doo-doo.
I kept trying to have Derek play it, and he would not.
I couldn't stand here. Fran, hey, Fran, and then shoot you in the back and kill you. I was like, and it's not like in Fortnite, you can't do like this game where the map is so big. You might not come in contact with anyone on your walk in the map. And then there's sometimes you'll run across multiple people. Fortnite, you weren't able to have that type of moments of being able to hide. And Delulu Doo hurt my nerves, because you're supposed to team up with 3 people, and and then you can betray your people that you're with, and I was like, this makes no sense. I'm on the same map as Fortnite, but now I'm having to listen to kids and other people
screaming and squalling and
yes. And some of them were just talking complete nonsense, just enough to annoy you, where they were like constantly just mouthing off with the most insane and unintelligent conversations you would have with people. At least in Arc Raiders, I can actually have a conversation.
That's
with people,
true.
and and they have a
And
conversation.
and Delulu is about shooting everybody. There's not a PvE component to it, really. There is a little bit now because you can go up against these bosses, but they don't they don't shoot at you unless you shoot them first. So it is a little bit different environment.
Yes. But I mean, overall, I probably will come back. We'll probably come back with a later time about this topic as this game progresses. But right now, I have to say, for me, if I was to give this game a rating, for me right now, I would pretty much give it a high score. I'm not gonna say I'd give it a perfect score. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, but I definitely would give it a 9.5. I think with the experience that I've had so far with it, and I've already on the game itself on the surface, I've already put in because it times you on how much time you've been on the surface. So in
Or
game topside, yes, thank you. I've already put in like 42 hours on the top side, which means I probably put in more hours than that. Building stuff in the bunker and designing your bunker and stuff like that does not get counted in the gameplay. So I've already put in hours into this game, and I can't see that I'm gonna stop. I love it so much. But I wanted people to be able to see. I wanted y'all to be able to see it and have your thoughts. So as everything you saw, I'm gonna let y'all two share with me what y'all's thoughts are about the stuff that you saw so far.
I'd like to see Harold's point of view because even though I haven't played the game, like I've been sitting beside you the whole time, like watching you play. So my experience is similar, but I would be interested to see what Harold thought about the game from the stuff we've shown him so far.
I thought it looked pretty cool, honestly. I mean, like I said, that one robot reminded me of like a combination of Ed 209 from RoboCop and the Tachikomas from Ghost in the Shell, and and just it was like I don't know, it's kind of like futuristic but yet dystopian, kind of, I guess you could say. But yeah, it looks like it looks like something up my alley. I mean,
yeah, I was just blown away by the game itself and the different environments, stuff like that. One thing I did want to show before we ended, but it is very much a dystopian society. It really that hits a nail on the head. I think that's the reason why I like it, and that it's so real. I mean,
it's like
really
Fallout.
Yes, that's one of my thoughts.
The premise is Fallout, but
I mean, because you guys know I love me some Fallout. But,
amen, absolutely. Yes, that, and see, it does. And now, we have a new element with the story of it, is that we found out that there's a whole nother group that's possibly out there killing Ark that we haven't even met. So, and that there could be mutations because there's things that were done in certain labs and that we don't know. And then there was a UFO I heard in the event. You could see what looked like a shuttle up in the clouds of the hurricane, because you have hurricanes. You have, I should have shown some of the environments, but here's some of the skins. I want to show y'all some of the skins that you have in game, and I thought that these things just look really cool. I'm going to see. Here we go. Because you do get to purchase, and they're not expensive. We're talking about like you can get a customized your own, get skin for yourself that's only like $5. I was like, that it was like crazy how and you got a little chicken
named Scrappy.
Named Scrappy, but you get the design and pick.
You can pick his color, he can wear different hats, and he gathers materials while he's like out and about.
that's what I wanted to show real quick was the environment. Let me pull that up. But go. I want you to elaborate a little bit more, Harold, on some of the things that you noticed about it that stood out to you.
Elaborate how? I mean, like.
Well, you know what? Here's something. I just found a stream that's live.
Oh, okay.
Let me do this real quick. This shows you in game right now, like you were saying, the dystopia, the Fallout type thing. She's playing this game live right now. I'm not going to show too much of clips since she is doing it live, but
Okay.
this is
Let's
the whole
find the
environment.
car. I saw the key. Oh, that's a quest? Yes, that's what I'm doing. You only just finished the mushrooms? No. Where'd you go for them? Did you go spaceport? Oh, shit.
Oh, I need to collect mushrooms and save
Oh my
them.
gosh. I'm so bad. Okay, so I'm looking for an armored car. This? No.
I don't even know where she's located.
Yeah, I don't know where she is either.
Oh, I hate that thing. It blows
Oh,
fire
my
out
God.
at you.
Def. Hi, Beto. How you doing?
And the reason why you're seeing it like light up blue on the edges is that she's got
Looking
a
cold.
backpack that heals. while
I
she's
tried spaceport a
running.
couple times. Oh, it spawned you too far. Might have already been raided. I hate this patrol key. Like, what? I'm gonna just see exactly where it is.
But yeah, I wanted to show that was actually in-game live event. I was like, oh wow, that's a live feed right now, so y'all could see quickly. There's let's see where it shows arc riggers. And environment. So let's see here. If I can find the one. There was like this one I shared with the guys today. That the guy was getting ready to jump and he got hit by lightning. So not only are you playing a game where you're going up against other players, but the actual environment itself can take you out. So I want to show some of the environments. Here is the lightning storm going in. There's like lightning storms, there's hurricanes, there's sandstorms, there's nighttime, there's daytime, there's also winter blizzards. There's a place called Buried City, and it's a whole desert, but yet at the desert it will snow and you'll get frostbite. So you get environment also plays a factor. But I was like, that's crazy. I'm gonna see him get hit by the lightning there. I think that's or at least close. That's a cowboy outfit right there, which I do have. You know that because I always wear cowboy hats. I would wear a cowboy hat for the live stream if I could have headphones that would fit.
Exactly.
Yes, me and Harold both love us some cowboy hats. Where you get to, I'm trying to find it. I think it's somewhere right here. But the environment. And also the thing too is that you can hear everything. You hear the rain, the wind, the critters. You hear everything. And if you hear a big boom, you feel that in your ear. Like, if you got your headset on, I'll be honest, this is how I didn't think about it now. But, Harold was in blind. I've also wondered how you would experience the game by just being able to listen to all the nuances of it.
Yeah.
How you would react to that. So I would wonder, like, someone that has good lot of stuff, we don't know that how it is. That's one of our and you've become accustomed, but you do a lot of stuff that I'm always amazed that you're able to do, and that you always go, you don't know, you can't do it unless you try it. I always like that about you. I kind of like curious to see how you would experience the sound. But yeah, the whole environment is all around you. I don't know, there's lights for the hurricane. Yeah, see right there. That was
almost.
Yeah, had he not jumped in that moment, he would have been hit by lightning.
Wow.
And it can't kill you. And someone that has already lived and been struck by lightning in real life twice, you don't. So apparently in the game, there's right. So you do get a little bit of warning. Always think on the one where the guy's jumping in the air. You have to leap from one building to the other. You have a grappler to shoot with, and then you get it. And that's a very positive section. And he goes to do it, and then it jumps from one building to the other. And in the middle of it, and lightning hits in the air, and he falls down to his death.
Oh no.
I wish I could find that. But man. All right. I think is there anything else that y'all would y'all want to add to before we call it a night with the stream?
No, I think we covered the subject really well.
I
You
know
think
the weather elements, man. I ain't seen nothing like that since I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, man. That's just
Oh
that was
yeah,
wild.
I forgot about Assassin's Creed. Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. I mean, you'll actually have the hurricane winds that if
Mm-hmm.
you're out there, it will actually move your character.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get into some type of shelter, you can be taken away with it. It's absolutely crazy the environment they do. You get frostbite if you get caught out in the snow too long. You'll start getting
Mm-hmm.
frostbite. Your character will feel it, and you'll get to the point where you'll start freezing, and and you even though you're using your controller, for some reason, even for me, it's like I'm feeling it in my arms when I'm like trying to if you start to freeze up and you're trying to get your controller to move, your body kind of like reacts. It goes, come on, move, you can just move your arms. All you gotta do is move your arms, and in game make it move its arms, and they're not moving because they've been affected by frostbite and starts to hurt you. Um, what was the one I was in where my shield? You have a shield that you can have on. I had a shield, and whatever I was in, oh, it was electrical storm. Each time the wind would go by, the electrical current would go through you, and it would deplete your shield, and you would have to recharge up your shield. And if you didn't, then if you lose your shield out there and it hits your body without a shield, your health goes down pretty quickly. The environments in this game is just absolutely crazy. But this, yeah, I didn't think about Assassin's Creed and that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but man, I think that I think there's a lot of promise to the game. I'm loving it. Um, I don't think that I don't think that you probably need to get, if you're going to do it, you don't need to really get the big bundle. You go with the basic, and then that's it. You buy it, you download it, you have it on your PC or your Xbox or PlayStation, and you're it. You're going, and then you build yourself up. And I forgot to also show that you have traits, something I'm not seeing games in forever, where you actually have a tree where you have to get skill points, and you put those skill points towards things on the tree to up your character, where you're leveling up. So it's not like in Fortnite where you leveled up to 200 and something, and that unlocks all the rewards that you're going to get, free skins and stuff. No, in this game, you not only unlock free skins and free money, but you also unlock talents inside that tree.
A skill tree, essentially.
Yeah, skill tree. Thank you. That's
And
the word
so
I'm
you might have better stamina, or you might, like in a real role playing game, or you
Yeah.
might have the ability to you can squat to make it where you're not as noticeable to the arc units when you're walking, and you can increase your mobility, or you can increase not making as much sound when you move. So you can choose what parts of the thing you feel like will enhance your gameplay.
Yeah, and I've been amazed by the game overall. But yeah, I like I said, I give it a 9.5. I'm really excited to see where it goes. And with that, anybody got a final thoughts? All right, well, that will be the end show. Okay, as we're coming to the end, is there anything y'all are doing that you want to share with everybody before we call it a night?
There's a few things we got going on at the church, but that's
okay.
Was gonna try to do a trade show this month, but we just got too much going on. Me and my wife just had our anniversary. I participated in my first fast.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How long did you do?
Just a one day pretty much, just
That's good.
24 hours.
That's always a good start.
Had a-
Because we're difficult, right? You think you could just do it, but man, the devil will definitely make every temptation of food come to your mind.
Well, it's not just food, it's all kinds of worries and everything like that. And, you just, there's some things I just really needed peace of mind on. Let's just put it that way. And, but yeah, we got a Deacons and Wives retreat coming up. I think that'll be cool for me and my wife to get to do.
Nice.
And then, of course, Holy Week's coming up at the end of the month. So one night we got the Brotherhood, which is our men's fellowship, gonna cook. And then one night we're gonna that we have service, the deacons are supposed to cook. Also, we'll be cooking breakfast for Easter Sunday.
Yep.
And let's see, one night a couple nights it'll be some of the women's groups. But yeah, it's just too much to come to mind right now. But try to hopefully get to build. Yeah, hopefully get to build a couple more ramps.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I don't know if we have anything other than Nikki is trucking along with the book.
I am. I've gotten pretty far putting it together. The hardest part is trying to piece it together, and I've got I would say half, but I always run into other issues that I find. So I'm probably a good third of the way through the compilation of it. I had to rewrite all the stories, and so that put me back a lot. And I had to make sure all the artwork got put in there. But once I got everything saved, now it's just like pulling the pieces together and compiling it together.
So, and then we have a comic strip going up every Wednesday from here on out. So you'll see a new comic strip as you see the thing scrolling down below. It's bitterteamedia.com. Check out the comic strips. You can leave comments, chat, talk to us. After the book's done, our website will be getting a whole new overhaul. So that is something that's going to be changing. Another thing is that we actually have a YouTube channel called A Community for All of Us that we will also hopefully be having this thing linked to it so that you can also go there to A Community for All of Us YouTube channel. And we have Nikki has a Facebook page attachment or something. I'm not familiar with Facebook, but A Community for All of Us there.
It says autocorrect primers, A Community for All of Us. That way it's easier to find if you look up autocorrect primer or you look up A Community for All of Us.
So there we have it. And I think that's it. That's everything. Thank y'all so much. And as we call it a close, we're going to do this weird looking thing because it's going to be doing a time.